Hey, good morning, everybody, or good afternoon. This is Lynn Renee McDonald again for Practical Spirituality. And today, what I wanted to talk to you about is society, government, countries. For the most part, it's like society, really, and why the laws of society don't work for you. This is going to be a good one. I feel it. All right, Spirit. Thank you for all the information, God, love, energy that we need to talk to the people about this subject, to give them the wisest, most sagest, God's honest truth of advice right now, please, from the highest vibration of God's honest, unconditional love, truth, and wisdom, and just channel it through me now, please, in the best way for us and all or something better. And thank you, God, for that for me and all in the best way for us and all or something better. Okay, first things first. All our lives, we try to do things the way that we learned in this society. Our parents are the people that we looked up to and were taught our ways, just like in nature. Lions grow into lions, zebras grow into zebras, squirrels learn from squirrels. Not only do they learn from their instinct, but they learn from their parents. So it's part of coming into this reality in this world and doing things the way that everybody else does, the way that they teach you, let's say, in society, right? So we are kind of in this world and we're told that we need to do A, we need to do B, we need to do this. For a perfect example, we need to follow the rules here. What are the rules? We need to not lie. We need to not cheat. We need to not steal. We need to listen to these rules and the rules of society. There's certain rules like the golden rule, be good to others, and many of these things, these rules and laws of society and the things that they teach you out here are very good things for like the general public in the earth world reality, with the law of the universe in a certain love energy space, okay? But the truth is, not all laws pertain to everyone and everything, and they are not coming from the best and purest place of God's honest, unconditional love, truth, and wisdom. This is why the world is such a freaking mess, okay? If you sit down and you look at it, there's all these different societies, all these different countries, all of these different rules and regulations and garbage and crap and the way of doing things in businesses and people and their homes, in governments and societies, and this has been going on since the beginning of time. But you see, what's lacking here is love in its highest vibrational form. Up here, we talk about this all the time, okay? So what is lacking here is that, okay? So if you're wondering why these things don't work for you, and this is the biggest reason why the world is such a mess, why there's wars, because everybody wants this, everybody wants for that. They're coming from a place of unwell, and that is not from the highest vibration of God's honest, unconditional love, truth, and wisdom, okay? So if you haven't noticed what they said to you in this society, basically, I'm speaking for myself, of course, but for most people, they say, oh, do things this way, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This is how you should do things in the world. You go to school, you grow up, you're taught ways by your parents, you should go to college, you should get a job, you get married, you have kids, you're successful, you're happy, right? Is that the truth? I don't think so. Why isn't that the truth? Because that's not the truth according to love energy for you. It is not what's best for you in that whole entire scenario or all the time for everyone and all that is. The only thing that knows what is best for you comes from in here. Love energy in your soul, vibrating at the highest place of God's honest, unconditional love, truth, and wisdom. Everybody who exists in this reality or any reality needs to be in this space or the equivalent of that, which is, or on the journey to that, which is the love energy space in your soul. That's the highest vibrating love energy space, and you work with spirit to create your best life, okay? This is why society doesn't work. I remember growing up, and they made you go to school, and I hated school, right? And there were so many unwells in the whole situation. I mean, the kids at school weren't nice, I never fit in, and I'm not crying or complaining about this. This is all part of being spiritual and being a higher evolved soul that and vibrating at a higher vibration of love energy to come in and change the world. But if you haven't noticed, if you're one of these people and you connect with love energy in its highest vibration, you have that. We all have it in our soul. But this is all part of our gifts that makes us not fit in this society, because we don't do things in the way that they want us to do. We don't do things according according to their rules. We do things from the highest vibration of God's honest, unconditional love, truth, and wisdom. That's why we're the teachers for this world, because we came in to do this work. This is why we're different. This is why we're eccentric. This is also why the rules out here do not work for us and will not work for the world. Why? That's why there's so much chaos. There's so much greed, unwell, all the stuff that we talked about in the beginning of this video, the stealing, the lying, the cheating, all of that comes from a lesser vibration. And it is in the vibration, or it is in the law of universe as in earth world reality, so there's like a section here which is earth world reality, which is law of universe, which governs everything. It's kind of like you fall off a building and you're probably going to die, right? That's like the law of physics, right? Okay, so you're going to die. However, if you know how to work with love energy, you may fall off that building and you may just be fine, because you're on your way down. Okay, you're going, thanks God for me being fine. Thank you for the angels coming in and sweeping in and protecting me, for me living and being totally healthy. Thank you, God, for that for me. And boom, you'll land on an awning. You'll land on a mattress. You'll land in a garden. You'll land in a bush and you'll be totally fine. Or you may just land right on the pavement and be totally fine. How cool is that? Because you knew that you can work with love energy in its highest vibration of love, and you have all the power, not the velocity and the beliefs of this 3D earth world. They don't control your reality. You do. Okay? So that is a really good example of how you have the power in this society to overrule, so to speak, and create your best reality here in earth world reality. Anything that happens here is not governed by what they do out here. It is governed by what you do in your heart and vibrating here at the highest vibration of God's honest, unconditional love, truth, and wisdom, and working with that love energy all the time, all that is God, and working from that space with love. Okay? So this is the space that you need to be in all the time within your soul, working with spirit. And when I say you need to be, just what that means is you feel in your heart when you're ready for this and you do it. It would behoove all of us to be in this space, but there is no wine before it's time. So you roll with your heart and you feel what is best for you, and you will start working with love energy when you've had enough of society's bullshit, because that's how it really works. Society's bullshit is just a reflection of your own bullshit that goes on in your soul that doesn't work for you. You know what I'm saying? So this is really the reality of how society works, okay? It is set up as a governing rule to keep you in confinement of their rules, which they're trying to have everybody's best interest in it, but somewhere along the line, they lost that. They lost that love energy space that they were in. And therefore, and this is true regardless if they lose it or not, you should always be vibrating here with love energy and make all your decision, all your choices with everything that you do from that space of love. And it's not always going to be in the space where love energy is, or where the society's laws are based on universal law in this reality, okay? It's just not going to be in that space always. It's kind of like at 3 a.m., if there's a traffic light, the law is you don't go through it, right? However, are you going to sit there if the light doesn't change at 3 a.m. and the light keeps staying red and it keeps staying red and you're like, shit, I'm really tired and I want to go home, right? You think you're going to stay there and say, well, this is the law, so I can't go through this traffic light? Yeah, fuck no. You're not going to stay there. You're going to drive through it. You're going to look. You're going to make sure you're cool with it. Everything's cool with it. You can talk to God. Hey, is this okay to do this, God? Feel in your heart, get the answer, but you're already going to know. You're going to drive through it, but you don't go speeding through it. You make wise choices governed from love, and you will know, and you will ask what the best thing to do is, and then you can go through that light. And yes, technically, it would be illegal in this reality, right? But all because it's law doesn't make it right, right? So I'm really going to keep you or start you thinking about this stuff because it's the truth. The same thing is true with any kind of court cases and things that people do. And it's all based on the rules of this society that are lesser than love. And this is why the world is so jacked up. Jacked up meaning unwell, okay? So, but this is why we are here. If we each take individual responsibility and come from love energy and all that we are, we change the world. All of our choices, all of our decisions. And we bring everything to source or love energy at its highest vibration. We come in from our hearts. We talk to spirit, talk to God. Hey, God, should I go through this red light or not? Should I sign this paperwork or not? Of course, it's wisest in a Mercury retrograde not to sign any paperwork when things are so chaotic and wild, because this is all part of the grand design to help and assist you, even though you may want something, you may want that paperwork signed when you want it signed, okay? However, you just bring it to source and they will let you know when the best time to do something is always, even if it's not in alignment with what they teach you out here, okay? Meaning society's rules, laws, and regulations. But going back to people, the governing rules of court systems and laws, like, for example, to give you a great example in this reality, one person can rob a bank without it being at gunpoint. Another person can rob a bank and kill somebody, all right, and deliberately go in there and shoot up the place. I mean, or another person can steal a piece of gum. Another person accidentally hits somebody with a car, right? All of these things are based on the individual, their wellness and unwellness, their intent, and where they're coming from within their heart, okay? So when society says, oh, this guy, and their laws say, this is wrong here, this is unwell here, these guys should all go to jail and all give you the same consequences of unwellness based on what you did, and they're not looking at the individual and what is truly going on there from love, then they're going to come out with many, many times the wrong verdict, the unwell situation, the most unwell prosecution or persecution or whatever you call that, unwellness or what do you call it when they get in trouble? But you know what I'm saying. They'll end up with the worst jail sentence, the worst term, because the truth is, if you're not coming from love in everything that you do and you group everybody into being the same and it's not the same, then you have a society that's chaotic and unwell like this when you're not coming, especially from the highest vibration of God's honest, unconditional love, truth, and wisdom. This is where you will find all your best rules. If everybody in society followed those rules and was in their heart space and governed themselves from here, we wouldn't have all this shit that goes on. It's just not possible. Okay, so that's to give you an idea. So a person, two people who do the same crime, one person's intent, one person may say, oh, I deliberately ran him over and the guy's a jackass and I can't stand him from a place of anger. Another person could be a sociopath and deliberately run over everybody, okay? And then another person might have done the same thing, ran over a guy by accident. They all get charged with manslaughter, but remember, they may get different sentences, different terms, but all for different reasons, okay? But love energy is the key here. All because you can be unwell and lock people up and give them the maximum term, and that's not about helping people. That's about revenge and unwell. Okay, it's unwell space and punishment. Punishment and unwell and revenge are not what helps the people and changes the people. Love is what changes the people. The solutions are here with love. Okay, so all of this unwellness in this world starts out here from being in a lesser vibration in society, so they can't get up here because their rules come from here. And it's all governed by universe. So ultimately, even if somebody goes to jail and they're in their heart space or whatever, their karma will be returned to them, and all that are involved, however the wellness and their beliefs and the space that they're in and what's going on in their souls and what they came in here to do, all of this stuff will come out at some point, not according to how society thinks, according to the law of love energy. And when you're unwell, it can come back to you 5, 10, 100-fold. Depending on your intent, how unwell you are, how broken or how sick you are. Because the most of the time when people do unwell shit or unwell stuff in this reality, it comes from their soul and they need help because they're not well. They're not in a space of love most of the time for themselves or in their heart space or coming from here, especially the highest vibe. So what they need is compassion. What they need is love. What they need is caring and understanding and change from the best solutions. The highest vibe of love energy is really the solution for this. Okay? So locking somebody up and being unwell in that space is not the solution. But you know that if you vibrate here and you come from love. But the solution is here. All we have to do is what? Ask. And if we all got together as a society and said, hey, and these changes are coming. These changes are coming. I might not see them in my lifetime. Oh, but they're coming. Okay? Maybe may not see them in this lifetime, but they're on their way. The energy is coming like a tidal wave. Okay? Because these changes have to happen. Okay? Totally. Same thing with the medical field. What I've noticed is people come to me and they're sick and they give everybody the same medicine for high blood pressure, for diabetes, for whatever it is, and they send them off and they give you your results from your medical tests according to what their charts say. What the fuck are their charts? They know what's best for everybody? Are you kidding me? Look at the commercials in the medical field, for drugs, the pharmaceutical companies. What do they say? Oh, this will help you for the symptoms you have on your skin or the symptoms of not sleeping. Just take our medicine. In the meantime, there's 30 different or more. Many times, 30 different reasons why you shouldn't take it, because you could possibly have a stroke, you could possibly die, this could happen to you, that could happen to you. Take a look at the fine print and what they're really saying. Feel in your heart. You will know if this is best for you or not. You know what the truth is. Is this coming from the highest vibe of love? Yes, they're trying to help you, but no, it is not. The dollar sign behind it is super great, and it's okay to have a dollar sign behind stuff. However, it has to be a positive, healthy energy exchange of positive money intake and outtake, or positive energy intake and outtake, where it is well for all from the highest vibration of love. Because this is how things really work, okay? And this is how things were meant to be from day one, but we have strayed from them because of all the unwellness that is accumulated in people's soul, and they don't know many times, and we've become lost within ourselves in our unwellness. And when that happens, that's why we're here, people, to change this world, to come from that highest vibe of love. This is how you're going to start the love energy revolution that's going to change this world, because it is not going to happen following and doing things the way they do things out here in this society. It's just not going to happen, okay? Because this is the solution for everything. Have you not noticed that in your life, every time you come from love, great things happen for you? And if you haven't, try it. Try it. Before you go see your mother who you might not get along with, or your friend who you're in a fight, or you freaking are so mad at your boyfriend, before you go and talk to them, ask God to speak through you from love. Ask God that you both come from love, that you love each other in the healthiest, best way for you. And thank you, God, for that for me, and that God works it out for you. Once you start doing that, you start the change in you and with them and everyone and everything out here in your reality. It cannot not happen that way. So those are some of the things I want to talk to you about, but I have a few more based on love energy, okay? That need to be talked about from society that they're telling me to tell you. The other thing is when doctors prescribe something, it should be in any kind of health treatment or anything like that should be individual to you. The same medication for a room of 30 people who have high blood pressure is not in your best interest. And you know what's best for you by what? By how it feels, And 100% of the time, there is always a solution with God or love energy, a natural solution, as well as you must heal in here first or work with God to do this work, to heal you, to get true healing, okay? So it is a combination. It is not what they teach you out here. It is not in the in the governing rules of society. Not in that space of love energy. Not here, okay? So when they give you a medicine, take a look at what you're taking, the reasons you're taking it, if it works for you, if it feels good. Okay, sometimes modern medicines and going to doctors are absolutely necessary. No doubt about it. That's why God put these great things in this earth. Everything is designed to help heal and assist you in some way, shape, or form. Sometimes you need these things till you get on a better path of all natural medicine, because there is a solution that's all natural for everything, as well as you must work on your soul to be super healthy in all areas and all that you are in your life, okay? That's how things truly work. The highest vibration of love. So the reason we're talking about society is, again, these rules are not the God's honest truth in society. All the rules that you should be following come from here, the highest vibration of love. And if you don't know what they are, you ask God that you do. If a rule in this society or some kind of rule, regulation, whatever it is, it's crazy shit out here. It's gone beyond crazy, where they're telling you what to do every 5 seconds. Rules, regulations, licenses, permits, fines, fees, taxes. I mean, it's insane. When is it going to stop? When they come from love. That's when it's going to start. And you start the revolution in you from love by changing you from love, okay? And this is the truth about how things truly work here. I'm sure a lot of people might agree, and a lot of people out here, okay, in Earth World, aren't going to like what I have to say, but it's the truth. The truth is, and the truth stands. And really, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me or what I teach you. I came in here to do this. I'm a love energy a teacher. Okay, I'm a love energy being at its highest vibrational form. This is what I came in here to do. And guess what? Many of you, if you're following my stuff, you are this too. You came in here to change the world, and we're not just one Christ consciousness energy, we're millions. So get ready. Let's change this world. But the key here is not violence, if you can help it. Always love. Love will guide the way to whatever it is that you need. And the same thing with telling the truth and laws in the, like I said, laws in this society and telling the truth in this society. Everybody's truth is relevant to where they are in here in their souls and their beliefs. Okay, so today I just wanted to give you a heads up about society, society's rules, and how things work, how they're not coming from the best and purest place of God's honest, unconditional love, truth, and wisdom. And until they do that,